First of all, a trick like this like to use his imagination. So if your bitch is naked out there on the blade, yo, hoe ain't finna get no money. She's just gonna be out there all night with the rest of the hoes. And I know for example, believe me, I'm the total opposite when I used to be out there, have my work out there like that. I didn't have mine naked. I had mine dressed up, classy looking and nice, where the trick would be like, oh, I want to pick her up. Because if the girl looked new and she looked like she ain't never been out there, she's going to catch the date fast.
All right, Mr. Johnson.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Johnson, we would call you a veteran of the game?
Yeah, man, I'm a veteran of this game, man, for sure.
How'd you get started?
Well, I was born in a house full of like pimps, hustlers, Macs, stuff like that.
Where was this?
I'm originally from the Bay, and my father, he was a Mac in the game. He went under the name Tricky. Everybody know, they know who he is. Gangsta Brown, Phil Mo, they all know who he is. And my father used to just have a house full of girls. Just a house full of girls, man. So that's how we picked up. And a lot of my brothers, I got 8 brothers and 5 sisters. So a few of my brothers was in the hustling, a few of my brothers was in the pimping, and stuff like that. So that's how I wind up being like my pops. You know what I'm saying? My mother, she was a prostitute, truly. She sat down with me, gave me the scoop. My mother did. Couple of the ladies that I had before too, she gave them the scoop on how she was doing it back in her time of the days that it went down. So that's what kind of like made me up in the game, is because of my pops. And then after talking to my mother, and she's telling me what's happening, be safe, watch out for this and that. My mother was a real supportive of the game. That's one thing I can say. My mother, I missed her, may she rest in peace. She was a real supporter of the game. So basically that's how I wound up getting into the game, took right after my pops.
What age did you start?
I can't really tell you what age. I'm not going to say, oh, man, it came out the womb. Nah,
That's right.
I'm not going to. Truly, I can't really tell you the exact age, but it was at a good prime time age for me to get my feet wet in the game. Yeah, it was my prime, during my prime time. Yeah.
So you think you learned most of your chops from your family, from your mom and dad?
What, the game?
Mm-hmm.
Well, my mother put me up on what she knew from her times when she was out there. Mm-hmm. The game changes. So
yeah, sure has changed a lot.
You tell me. I also learned. I learned also from the streets of the game by
that's right.
Watching other players, how they got down, the difference between a pimp, a difference between a Mac, because a Mac and a pimp is 2 different things. You have to go through stages to get up to a Mac stage. And a lot of these cats is not being honest on how this game really is. You can't just wake up in the morning and be like, oh man, I'm a pimp, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give me some hoes. It don't work that way, man. You have to literally, once you come from a square side, because I don't believe in this, oh man, out the womb, man, I became a pimp. No. Once you from the square side and you see what another cat is doing and you want to be involved in that, you're going to go over here and try to get some information from this cat so you can learn the game. You got to start from the bottom. You got to start, because if you don't know the basics in the game, you definitely ain't gonna know how to be a Mac when it's time to be a veteran in the game. And then you're gonna be misguiding hoes in so many different directions, they're gonna be confused. So you have to start as, like I said, they start from a square, they start from squares, and then, you wind up being a player, once you're a player, then you could switch over from a player into being a pimp, and then from a pimp to a Mac. You know what I'm saying? This is just my opinion from me studying the game on how the game really go. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to give you these honest things of what's going on because everybody being misled about this game. This game now, you know what they say? They say there's rules and regulations of the game, correct? But guess what? All the rules and regulations been broken in the game. All the rules been broken in the game, all of them. These pimps out here today is not doing what they supposed to do as the game provided for them. Pimping and hoeing is a temporary thing. And let me explain to you what I mean by temporarily. If a bitch been on a blade more than 5 years and ain't accomplished nothing, something is wrong. Something is wrong with that hoe, or something is wrong with that pimp, or that Mac, or whatever one you want to call it, or whatever they want to try to be. Something is wrong if a bitch is still out there on the blade after 5 years.
Where should she be in 5 years?
In 5 years, the bitch should at least have something. Should have something. A car, a place, you know, stuff like that where it can elevate you and your folks. See, the game is a team player type of thing. But a lot of hoes been lied to. Yeah, I'm gonna say it again. A lot of hoes been lied to by a lot of pimps. So-called pimps.
Yeah, a lot of so-called pimps now.
So-called pimps. Hoes been, what is it, bamboozled, you can call it?
Brainwashed.
Brainwashed, lied to. Pimps ain't doing what they supposed to do.
Or trafficked or whatever.
Traffic.
That's what I think trafficking. Trafficking is a weird term.
I agree with that too. Trafficking, especially if you trafficking a minor.
I mean, what is trafficking? Are you putting them in a car and you're taking them somewhere? No, what you're doing is you're brainwashing them to think that they're going to be elevated, they're going to be rich, they're going to be living in a house with an 8-car garage and giant swimming pool.
And they don't. They're
living in a motel.
Motels.
Because their pimp is living in their mom's basement.
Sleeping in the cars every night. And that's only because of the misresponsibility and misled of these pimps. Okay, bitch, look, check this out, bitch. I'm gonna get you a bank account, I'm gonna get you a car, I'm gonna take care of your mama, I'm gonna do this and do that. So when a bitch go out here and really stumped down because her mind is like, okay, I'm finna have me some stuff. I'm gonna be able to get my hair, my nails done. I'll be able to slide some money to my mama while she watching my kid. A pimp has a responsibility in this game. And if you're gonna tell a broad that you're gonna do something, you should do it because she's going out here jeopardizing her life to help you come up, well, as long as she's trying to come up. And that's the thing I don't like about the game is that, the pimps are lying to the hoes and the hoes ain't receiving what they supposed to be receiving for the pimps. And then that makes it hard for good, successful Macs like myself to come across a nice young lady, you know what I'm saying, and want to try to elevate her. But from watching your show, I didn't watch the last 2 girls you had on your show talking about, well, yeah, I don't mess with no pimp. Like the black girl said, she said, yeah, I don't mess with no pimp because, they don't do what they say they was going to do. And I didn't have 3 or 4 of them and gave them a chance and they still ain't doing what they said they was going to do. That's why the game is so messed up now, because the pimps is not doing what they supposed to do.
I've seen the bank accounts or even cash apps for these girls off camera afterwards. Right. And they show me, like, I got $14 in my bank account, or I got $33.18 on my Cash App. Now,
is that with a pimp or without?
Either one.
See that?
One of each, actually.
That's not good.
It's not good.
That's not good.
You should, if you're doing this for 4, 5, 6 years, you should have 50,000.
You should have something. You should have something.
With the money they claim to be making, they should have easy 50,000 in their.
But you know what? They giving their money to these suckers. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? The ones who claiming pimping and not really pimping. They either gang banging and trying to pimp at the same time. You can't do that. You can't mix gang banging with pimping. You can't do that. You got to pick a choice. Either you're going to go out. Gang banging requires a lot of time. You got to go out and put work in. You know what I'm saying? You got to be around the homies. You know what I'm saying? If you don't be in the set so many days, you get DP'd. You feel me? In the pimping game, it's a lot of time too. Pimp got to watch the hoe, got to make sure the hoe is right.
All day long.
All night. All day, all night, protect them and make the stuff like that. So how you gonna mix pimping and gang banging? Because you got a hoe down, what you gonna do? How the hoe, gang bang, how the hoe down, then go do a drive-by, then come back and watch the hoe after you then kicked it with your homies? It don't work that way. The pimping game right now is a total mess. It's a total mess. And I'm just really tired of the fact that cats is not being honest with these bitches. And if they could be honest with the broads, I think the pimping game will last better. It won't be so much heat on the game. Right now, you know, there's people in jail from that sweat and tears that really actually did it, that ain't sold no dope and did none of that foul stuff, you know, serving time for the game, and then to get slapped in the face by the game today of what's going on with these bras choosing up on niggas that's not even pimps. You know what I'm saying? The pimps taking the money, buying, all they worried about is cars and jewelry and stuff like that. You got to earn this type of stuff. This is not stuff that you really deserve right now. You got to deserve this type of stuff. Anybody could dress up fly, anybody could say they're a pimp, but are you really a pimp? Because to be a pimp, it requires a lot of work. It requires a lot of sit downs and conversations, and you gotta talk to people if you wanna be a true righteous Mac in the game.
Why do you think so many young ladies fall for these guys?
Because they've been lied to. That's just like I meet a broad today.
Yeah, but a girl that had a good father in her life growing up will recognize a guy who's lying to her.
A girl who has a good father in her life, she would recognize.
And she would never fall for this shit.
I say it like this. I can't say she won't fall. I say it like this. It all depends on if she ever been out in the real world. Say for instance, you meet a girl. And her parents is very, very strict. She ain't never been out in the real world. She ain't never smoked no weed. She ain't never did nothing that her parents would not accept. But then once she get out there and get a taste of it, it's a whole totally different story. So you can't say she can't fall for it, because if somebody that does have a great mouthpiece that can make you believe, they can fall for it. But I feel like this: if a broad gonna fall for the game, at least be honest to her and show her that by you being a part of this game, let me show you that I can make real things happen for you instead of just taking your money. You know what I'm saying? Pimps is just really out. Some of these pimps is out just to take the bread. They don't even care about the hoe. Mm-mm. They don't care about the hoe, her parents, or anything else you care about. All it is, bitch, bring me the money.
What are these billboards that are on Figueroa Street right now? Pimps don't care. I think there's these billboards for one of the...
Pimps don't care. No prostitution. They got new signs up now. Yeah. No prostitution in this area. See...
And I'm sure the girls roll their eyes at those things.
See, all that wouldn't happen. All that wouldn't be, them signs and none of that would happen if they all would have stayed in line. If they would have followed the rules and regulations of the game, it wouldn't be all these limitations on things. When you start pimping on minor, you done brung sex trafficking in. Now, every hoe is targeted, whether if she's young or not. Can't do no hoeing because y'all sex trafficked these little young girls. Now y'all made the blade hot. Now how you gonna pay for your room? How you gonna set a hoe down? Then you got a hit and miss, and then you got a bitch out there all night long, and she don't make no bread. And then what you wanna do, leave the bitch down all night because you didn't make no money, because now you can't get you no weed. You can't buy you no drink. You need gas. You need motel money for the room, so you want to put the pressure on the bitch. And then what's the other thing you want to say? Okay, bitch, you ain't made no money, bitch. You know, bitch, you better rob something, bitch. Okay, well, check this out. Now that your hoe didn't make no bread and you want the bitch to go out and rob something, now you turning her into a thief. Now she's a robber. She's not a hoe, she's a robber now. Mm-hmm. See, a lot of pimps ain't thinking about that. Oh, yeah, man, you know what I'm saying, man? Yeah, my bitch is a thief, man. You know what I'm saying? She steals shit, man, yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what she is. She's a thief. She's not a hoe. She's not a prostitute. She's a thief. If a bitch can't make the money without having to go and steal from the next person, then she ain't no hoe. She's a thief. If you got this bitch thieving, she's a thief. She ain't a prostitute. She ain't a hoe. She's a thief. And I'm going to say it again. She's a thief. She's not a prostitute. She's not a hoe if you got the bitch stealing.
You think the game is broken?
The game is totally broken.
Yeah, that's what I think so too.
The game is totally broken.
Especially in L.A.
Yeah, it's broken.
I don't know what Oakland's like, but in L.A. it's broken.
It's broken everywhere. I don't care. It could be Oakland, Atlanta, Miami. The game, anybody that's in the game is broken. The game is not the same. Mark, the game is totally whack. It's whack right now. It's whack. Ain't even no more real players ball. Ain't no more such thing of real players balls no more. Ain't none. Before K-Red died, RIP to K-Red. Before K-Red died, from like back in the day, man, the balls used to be cracking. The balls used to be cracking. Fillmo Slim, Pimp Juju, Gangsta Brown. We all Junior. We all family. We all family. You dig what I'm saying? And we all looked out for one another. And we tried all the top players, like I said, Juju, Gangster, Fillmo, Junior, myself, a lot of the Pimp Juju, a lot of the cats put out there, don't pimp on the minors, do this, do that. They tried to steer these cats in the right way. I know because I'm a part of that family. We tried to steer these cats the right way, but these cats feel the way they pimping is the right way. It's not the right way. It's not the right way because it's hurting a lot of people. I'm not cool with the sex trafficking with a minor. I'm not cool with that. If you sex trafficking a minor, you deserve to go to jail. You deserve to go to prison. And like I tell people, if you can't mac on a broad that's in her 25s to 30s, then you ain't got no game. If you pimping on a broad that's 16 and under and shit like that, you're not a pimp, you're a pedophile. You're a pedophile. Pimps don't pimp on young broads, man. A Mac with game should be able to talk to an older woman, and she ain't even got to go out and sell no pussy on no blade. She could get money everywhere, anywhere. But if you can't get a older woman to hold for you, then you ain't got no game. And then you want to pimp on a minor, and the brain ain't even fully developed yet.
Should drugs be a part of this?
No, heck no. Most pimps do use drugs for their broads, to keep a broad out there to keep hoeing. I had a pimp partner who used to do that, and I told him that he needed to stop doing that because of the fact of it's gonna mess his game up. You ain't gonna just only go to jail for pimping. Excuse me. You're gonna go to jail for selling dope. And then you feeding your broad crack cocaine and everything like that just to keep her down, but it's really messing up the blade. Because now she want to take some dope with her on a whole run, and then gonna smoke it with the trick. And then now your bitch gonna be gone for hours because she's smoking this dope with the trick, which the date should only be like less than 15 minutes.
It should be 10 minutes, yeah.
10 minutes.
Yeah. They're done in 10 minutes.
But they want to smoke their dope with the trick in order for it to them to do it. So it's a lot of things, Mark, I disagree with for his ass in this game because I've been in the game 25 years. And I'm still active, but I'm active with educating my game to more levels. Prime example. Okay, during my whole 25 years in the game, I took my game from the streets. This what works in my kitchen may not work in everybody else's kitchen. But I'm just giving you an insight what I did. Okay. I had worked down on the blade, did over 5 years on the blade, but during those time of my whole 5 years, I was saving money. I did take care of my girls. One thing I can say is that I never had to put a hand on mine. You know why? Because I did everything that I said I was going to do. Remember I told you from the beginning, I studied the game. I wanted to be one of the best. Everybody say they one of the best they ever did it. But I'm going to say it like Gangsta Brown say, I'm one of the best who ever did it out of the top 5. I'm one of the best who ever did it out of the top 5. Now, I'm not going to say what number I am. I'm just going to say I'm one of the best who ever did it out of the top 5. Okay? And the way my get down was everything I'm explaining today here on your show, it can happen if you a man first. You got to be a man first with principles. You got to be a man first. Because if you're not a man first, ain't no way in the world you're going to be able to take care of your broads. Ain't no way in the world you're going to be able to get them any game. So make a long story short, me, what I did was I worked the blade, worked the after hours. I put my girl in porn. She won the AVN award. We moved around. I'm going to just put it like that. We moved around. I never had to put my hands on mines at all because I've always been good. I never kept my ladies from seeing their mothers on holidays because I watched your show. Well, yeah, man, you know, a girl said my pimp wouldn't let me see my mother or my family for a holiday. I think you just had her recently on your show. She said for her birthday, a pimp had her in a hotel room and the tricks was coming in and out for her birthday. No. See, I don't get down like that. What I did was my girls was able to see their mothers for holidays, Christmas. I took gifts, took money. They spent nights, stayed with their family. I was cool with the parents. You know what I'm saying? One thing I could say, knock on wood, I had a great life, a great run in this game because I truly believe that you can get spanked in the game. And it's true. It's really true. You can really get spanked in this game. If you play with it, you can really get spanked in this game. And a lot of cats ain't knowing why they got spanked. But if they sat down and really look at what they did, then they can really find out why they got spanked in the game. So, but other than that, only thing I just want to say too, that to all y'all hoes out there, you know, hoes, wannabe hoes, or hoes who trying to get in the game, the pimping and hoeing game, or whatever. This is my message to you. If you got a pimp or a Mac or whatever you dealing with, but I'm speaking of the pimping and hoeing game. If that pimp is not living up to his expectation on taking care of you what he promised, you need to shake him. You need to shake him because y'all trying to come up just as much as the Mac is trying to come up. And it's supposed to be teamwork. And if your folks is not teamwork, you need to cut your folks loose. That means you're not finna be nowhere in the next 5 years. If you don't see no results from your folks within 90 days probation period, you need to shake them. Because that means within 90 days, if you have not received nothing right for you in the 90-day period of time, you need to shake your folks. And y'all pimps and players and max or whatever, y'all can get mad at me all you want to, but I'm just gonna keep it real with you, man, because first of all, y'all shouldn't even be lying to these hoes anyway. Y'all should be straightforward with these hoes so these hoes can actually do what they need to do to try to help y'all come up. And that way y'all can be more presentable and respect yourself as a man as being a part of the game. If y'all already know the game is already jacked up, why not try to help out to make the game better? Why not try to spread the word around to other players? Hey, man, it don't go like this. It goes like this. Hey, man, it don't go like that. It go like that. Maybe if y'all stop messing with these minors, sex trafficking and beating up the broads and gorilla pimping them and taking their money and not letting her do what she need to do to try to make a happy home, then you know what, man, y'all need to step, y'all need to get up out the game.
If a girl's life is not considerably better than it was before you came into her life, it's a bunch of bullshit.
It's a bunch of bullshit. It's a bunch of bullshit. When a hoe step into a max life, she expects elevation. That's the reason why she taking that risk or going against her family and sneaking behind her family, whatever, to get out here to make some money, because she's not receiving what she should be receiving from home. Or maybe her parents is like, you grown, get out there and get your own money. You need to come up with some rent money. You need to do this. And when a woman come to a Mac or a pimp and tell him her problems and what she need and what she have to have done or she might get put out, a pimp in the game should be there for her. If she's coming to choose up on you and willing to go out here to sell her pussy to bring you back all the money, and you mean to tell me you can't take care of the babysitter? You mean to tell me you can't go give mom some money for light gas bill? Or you can't tell me you can't take your girl to go get, her nails or her hair done? You know what I'm saying? Material things, you can always get material things. You can't always get a good hoe. You can't always get a good hoe, man. I say you might get one good hoe out of 1,000, maybe 2,000, 3,000 hoes. If you luck up on one good hoe, you better keep that. You better treat that good. And I'm gonna tell you, it's a lot of good hoes out here. It's a lot of good hoes. It's just the pimps is running off these hoes. Every time I look at your show, Mark, I listen to what them girls be talking about. Them prostitutes, the ones fig.
How much of what they're saying is true?
It's true. All of it is true.
The money that they claim to be making?
Well, I'm gonna tell you about Fig, man. I'm gonna tell you about Fig. I know all about Fig.
Because when a girl tells me she's making $1,500, $2,000 a night,
a bitch ain't making no $1,500, no $2,000 a night.
She's asking me for like money for a room that night. Later.
A bitch ain't making no $1,500, $2,000 a night. Not on no Fig. Nobody can tell me about Fig. No, I know Fig. I know Fig from 50s to the 100s. Mm-hmm. Believe that. I do. And you know what I'm saying? And I know. And ain't no hoe making no $1,500 to $2,000 a night. Now, first of all, if a bitch was making $1,500 to $2,000 a night, the blade wouldn't be looking the way it's looking. If a bitch making all that money, then why you naked? Why you naked? First of all, let me say this. I've been wanting to say this. Y'all think, most of y'all pimps think, if you have a hoe out here in a bikini suit and some heels down there naked, you gonna make $1 million. Nah, bro, that's not how it go. See, first of all, the pimping game is a strategy game, man. It's like playing chess or checkers on a board, man. You know what I'm saying? Let me break it down to you. When the strip clubs used to be open back in the day, okay, the bitch up in there dancing on a pole or whatever, she's naked. She's down there naked. Now, the problems with y'all pimps is that y'all setting these hoes out here naked. The tricks come by up and down the street. They seeing what they want to see. They ain't gonna spend no money. I see this bitch naked. I'm over here. I don't need to pay nothing. I'm gonna pull right here in the cut, watch this bitch walk past, and I'm gonna do this.
For free.
For free. Because y'all got the bitch naked. For everybody to see it. Now let me put y'all players up on some game, man. You wanna make some money, man? And you got to hold down, you want to make some money, dress the bitch down. Don't put her in short skirts and high heels like that. Nah, man. If you're going to put her in the heels, you can still put her in the stilettos. Put her in bright colors like stretch pants with a nice short top, with a nice purse. So that way, if she get picked up by a trick and the police pull that car over, they can see that, oh, she could been offered a ride to her location or whatever. Instead of her and the trick going to jail and the car get impounded because the bitch is holed up naked. So you ain't gonna be able to tell the officer, hey, he's giving me a ride. Well, according to I see it's stilettos and a short skirt. So I know it's some hoeing and prostitution going. First of all, a trick like this like to use his imagination. So if your bitch is naked out there on the blade, yo, hoe ain't finna get no money. She's just gonna be out there all night with the rest of the hoes. And I know for example, believe me, Believe me, I'm the total opposite when I used to be out there, have my work out there like that. I didn't have mine naked. I had mine dressed up, classy looking and nice, where the trick would be like, oh, I want to pick her up. Because if the girl looked new and she looked like she ain't never been out there, she's going to catch the date fast. But if she's holed up and all these bikinis, like this girl down the street and this girl down the street and this girl down the street, y'all ain't finna get no bread, man. You know, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just here to enlighten you. And then let me pull y'all up on something else too, man. You know, pimping. Y'all let these hoes stand out there on the corner, all on a cell phone, all Sophies, all on Instagram, shaking their asses and this and that. The bitch is so stupid, anybody could come up from behind her and just throw a bag over her head and throw her right in the van because she's not paying attention. You being on your cell phone gonna cause you to get kidnapped. You being on your cell phone gonna cause you to get killed. You being on your cell phone gonna cause a whole lot of shit and problems because you not watching your surroundings. You outside late at night, 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, and you on your cell phone, on your sofa, and you dancing on the corner. See, that's what I mean by it's all the rules been broken in this pimping hoe game. Hoes is doing what they want to do. Pimps out here doing what they want to do. The game is jacked up. That's why you ain't making that $1,500 to $2,000 on Figueroa, because you too much on your Instagram. You're not moving around. You're not waving. You're not smiling. That's why you're not getting nothing. And then you lie about $1,500. You're not getting that because the dates over there on Figueroa right now is like $20 to $40 a date. Can't tell me. I know. $40 a day. And if you want to make a good $1,500, you're going to have to move around from blade to blade to blade to blade to collect that. You're going to have to go to Figueroa. You might have to shoot out here to Lincoln. When the last time y'all been to Lincoln? Ain't none of y'all been to Lincoln. It's been a long time since anybody been to Lincoln. But you can't come out here to Lincoln like that, though, because if you don't know Lincoln, you're going to go to jail. I'm going to tell you straight up. You come out here with Lincoln Boulevard, if you don't know Lincoln, you going to jail. For real. Believe that. I know. So I'm just saying. So to y'all hoes out there, choose up on some real game if y'all plan on getting in the game. Because this game, niggas is going to jail behind this, bras is going to jail behind this, and it's all unnecessary. And that's why the feds and stuff is all over the place in this pimping game with this human trafficking and stuff, because y'all all doing the stuff that not supposed to be done. Y'all going against the rules. And then it's making real Macs in the game look bad. And then a lot of women is dying, kids is dying, because y'all want to feed them this fentanyl and all that other little stuff, man. You know, I feel like this, man. If you're going to sell your dope, your fentanyl, or whatever you doing, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just enlightening you. Just please, man, keep it out the game. Just keep it out the game, man. We can't afford to have no more lives lost off of fentanyl. I just lost a nephew and a niece within a 3-month period of fentanyl. And we can't afford to be losing anymore. And I'm not just talking about for us on the game. I'm just talking about just around the world, period. You know what I'm saying? Stop feeding your hoes these drugs and shit. You know what I'm saying? If you got to feed her drugs to get her out there to hoe, man, then you don't need to be in the game if you need to use that to get a bitch down. Because to me, that's just a poor excuse of the game. Because you don't want to put that work in. Stop feeding these hoes the dope. They don't want that shit. Tell them something that they need to hear. Talk to them about some education or something. Talk to them, baby, what can I do? What can we do to elevate our game together? Where we can have things together. Where you ain't got to worry about 20 years or 30 years later in the game, you still, hey, man, I'm pimping. But you ain't got a bitch. See, you pimping when you got a hoe. But you a pimp when you ain't got one. So if you ain't got no hoe, you just a pimp. You just a pimp if you ain't got a hoe, man. But if you got a hoe, then you pimping. But if you ain't got no hoe, you just a pimp, man. And then you got to ask yourself, how long you going to be without a hoe? Y'all claiming 30, 40, 50, 60 years in the game. But I see some of y'all cats ain't got no hoes, man. You should at least have one hoe, man. I mean, OG Philmo Slim still stumping down on 2 bitches right now. And you see, he, 80, 90 some years old, and he still got 2 hoes right now. I'm just saying. And they just part of his clique on his music or what he's doing, you know. Shout out to Philmo, you know. But I'm just saying. He got some bras. Where y'all bras at? So don't put down the next man and talk about the next pimp if your game ain't right. Look at yourself first. Let's start within you as a man. How are you treating hoes? What can you do to elevate your hoes where y'all can elevate together besides slapping her up, taking all her money, and fucking on her? Because majority of some of the pimps, y'all just fucking on these bitches, knocking these bitches, and just fucking on them and dropping them off. That's not how the game go, boss. The game need to be respected. When you jump in the pimping the whole game, respect the game. Respect your pimping and respect that hoe. You got any questions, Mark, man? I'm just enlightening them. I'm not telling them what to do. I'm just enlightening them.
What do you think of OnlyFans?
OnlyFans? Mm-hmm. OnlyFans move too slow. That's a slow dating app. It's slow. It's a slow app. If it was constant and it was cool, it would be cool. Now I'm gonna tell you where the money's at. Dubai.
I just came back from Monaco.
Oh yeah?
I can tell you that the same similar as Dubai.
The money is in Dubai.
Jesus Christ.
Am I right? The money's in Dubai. Okay? So if you haven't had a taste of Dubai, maybe you need to step your game up, man, because that's where the money's at.
Crazy money.
Crazy money. But a lot of y'all bras ain't into what they into over there, though. You know what I'm saying?
Their minds have...
Y'all not ready for that.
They're trying to figure out if they should be on Western or Fig.
Fig. You feel me?
And you should be in Cannes, Monaco, or Dubai.
You feel me? You go to Dubai, you'll be in the game. But see, none of y'all pimps ain't thinking about Dubai. Y'all thinking about busting a new Mercedes-Benz or a Cadillac and getting some jewelries and want to just floss around the neighborhood. That's not money, man. Figueroa ain't money. It's not like it used to be back in the day. Now, back in the day, you used to could clock a good $2-3 grand from Sunset to Fig to Lincoln to the high end to Sepulveda to the Valley.
I was in Beverly Hills.
Okay.
And I'm riding an elevator up to a restaurant.
Okay.
That my girl liked to go to. And we're in the elevator with these two girls. And my girl's talking to these two girls, and they're just having a chat.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay, I'm just being quiet. We get out of the elevator, and I look at my girl, and she goes, oh, they're working.
Yeah.
They're working. And they look like 12s.
Yeah.
These two girls are 12.
Yeah. And look how smooth it probably was, too.
The whole thing was so smooth.
Yeah. They didn't look like ratchet bitches.
No.
They looked classy.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's how you get paid.
I don't think they had pimps.
I wouldn't have no pimp either, because a pimp ain't on that level.
Right.
A pimp ain't on that level. See, a pimp don't know about that type of level.
They don't know that world.
They only know about the Figueroa and this level.
And Dubai and Monaco are a fucking another world.
It's a whole nother world.
Another planet.
If these pimps will send their hoes to Dubai, they'll be straight. They will be straight. Mm-hmm. But see, you have to know people to have that type of connection in order to go to Dubai. You have to know people. You know what I'm saying? If you want to get their money. I mean, anybody could jump on the Dubai plane and go out there, but you also gonna go to jail too if you don't know what you're doing. You see what I'm saying? And this is why I say your girl got to have an education, because she need to know how to deal with all different types of men. You can't send a dummy to Dubai. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
You come back with your tail.
You feel me? So y'all pimps just need to step y'all game up, man. Just start thinking a better way. Start thinking business oriented. Start thinking long term. Start thinking legitimacy. Start thinking capitalism. Y'all need to start thinking about that, because you got to ask yourself, where you going to be 10 years from now, 20 years from now? What is your plans? What is your goal? What are you going to do? Me, every day I'm trying to elevate. I put my old lady in the music business. Took her from there to there to there, and now she got a deal. I ain't gonna even mention no names, but she got a record deal now, and the upfront money was fabulous. So that's another thing that I'm giving her a chance to really explore the world and do things. Not just only that, she got cereal out and Ralph's and 7-Eleven. You know what I'm saying? So I took her whole game from the streets all the way to the inside. Then she won the AVN. She got cereal out. She got a brand new Barbie doll coming out. I mean, this is stuff what I mean by capitalism, having things, doing things to generate money, turning what you doing into business. Because even though she's in nursing school now, see, let me just give you a little short brief. Mine's got an AA and a BS. She just passed her test for medical billing and coding. She's in nursing school right now as we speak. And she's on her way of getting her 2 masters.
And how many years has she been with you?
She's been with me 25.
That's not a mistake.
26, it'll be 26 in November.
There's a reason she's hanging around.
Because I do what I say I'm gonna do.
Is her life better today than it was 25 years ago?
Of course it is. That's why she's still here today.
That's right.
Still here today. Because I don't do the things that's unnecessary that's happening in the game.
Mm-hmm. The girls that are being fooled,
yeah,
they don't know any better.
And
they maybe didn't have dads to teach them.
See, that's where the pimping come in at. See, that's where the pimping come in at. Okay, we all has been raised differently. We all have been raised differently, some with parents, some without parents. But if you get a good vibe and a connection with a female that's on that same level you on, it's only right to treat her right. It's only right. And then say I have no parents and she don't have no parents. We should be teaching each other. Mm-hmm. We should be teaching each other. We should be learning from one another. We should be watching out for each other backs. You know what I'm saying? You got most pimps, they meet the bitch, set the bitch down, they over here fucking this bitch at the hotel. That's a violation. You gonna set a hoe down, but you taking the money from the hoe you got down to go pay for a room and eat with this bitch at a hotel.
The problem is everyone's just taking advantage of everybody.
That part, Mark. Everybody's taking advantage of everybody. And
that word elevate is such bullshit on the street.
Bullshit.
Bullshit.
I agree with you. Everything you saying, I agree, because that's what's happening
When a girl on Fig hears the word elevate, she should be translating that into the word bullshit.
If she's getting it from a bullshit pimp. If she's getting it from a bullshit pimp or a bullshit Mac or anybody that, I say it like this, anybody that's dealing with the pimping and hoeing gang, it's bullshit. If you're not living up to what you're supposed to do.
And if she can look at her bank account, if she has one, and there's not at least 5 numbers and none of them are the number one, then it's like you're being
You
played.
feel me? But you ain't gonna get that because these pimps ain't about that.
They're not about that.
They're not about that. They're not about that. Now, I'm not saying all pimps. I'm not saying all of them.
There's probably some that are doing the right thing.
The ones that we've been seeing and you've been seeing and what's going on, that's the way it is. Mm-hmm. That's the way it is. That's the way it is. And I'm hoping and praying that it gets a little better, but the game ain't finna get no better no time soon, because right now everybody is out for themselves. Everybody is out for themselves right now. Mm-hmm. And in some of these pimps, some of these so-called pimps, wannabes is not really focusing on the game. They focusing on the money. They want the money because they want to go get the jewelry. They want to put rims on the car, or they want to, do some flossing. They're not looking at, if you elevate your car game, you can make more money because you'll be able to be around certain people. When you're around certain people, see, I was raised like this too. I learned by a lot of older cats, Mark, is that if you look like you got money, you're going to make money. You're going to meet people with money. I truly believe in that because I met a lot of people being suited and booted every day. When I was handling my business, I met a lot of people, interesting people, from celebrities to mayors to Congress to all that. Mark, I could tell you some stories. It'll trip you out. I could tell you some stories who she flipped with. It'll just trip you out. But I'm not going to expose none of that. I'm just going to let you know is that if you play your game right, you can really, really move around. You can really move around. You will be respected. There's people out here respect pimping. There's people out here that do respect hoeing. I'm talking about from whites to Asians to all nationalities. It's all go by on how you carry yourself. How you carry yourself as a man. How a woman carry herself. You know what I'm saying? I've been around a lot of celebrities. I know to get down. Even just dealing with the porn industry, having my brother in the porn industry. I learned a whole lot from that and met a lot of interesting people. And you will be surprised, Mark, the people that support the adult film industry. You know what I'm saying? So if you ain't got nothing for your broad, and you can't elevate her, my thing is I suggest you just cut her loose because you're not really ready for this game. Because this game involves teamwork. And if you're not a part of teamwork, you're going to be where you at the same way you started. That's just my opinion. And I'm just going by from what I see and from what I know and from what a few players that I talk to. I know some players today, they ain't got no hoes. Claiming the game, but ain't got no broad. Ain't had no broads, and ain't had a broad in months. Not even a midget. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
There's a couple of those out there.
You feel me? You know, so I mean, something.
It'd be great if everybody wised up a bit.
What, on a midget?
If the girls, no, I'm just saying the girls on the street, if they were smarter, they would recognize this. But they don't know.
They don't know because
they're buying a bunch of BS from these guys that are just hustling.
Because they trying to come up too.
And I've done some interviews recently where I'm trying to point out how these girls are brainwashed. But a brainwashed person is not going to say, "Oh yeah, I guess I'm being brainwashed."
Yeah, see, I look at it at, well, okay, I go with you. You call it brainwash. I'll call it bamboozled.
Same thing.
Same thing. Well, we're going to make it rough for them.
And the law calls it trafficking.
Yeah, we're going to make it rough for them. We're going to give them the word so it can sound more harsh for them so they can get their act together.
Yeah, the law calls it trafficking. I call it brainwashed. You call it bamboozled. Because you're from the streets.
It's bamboozled, man.
Yeah.
If the players stop lying and be honest with the broads, I think they'll have a broad long term and be able to succeed their goals that they're trying to succeed. But if you keep lying to the bitch, you'll never accomplish that goal. You won't, because the bitch thinking that I'm going to get this and she's going to get that, but don't receive nothing. That's what I mean by bamboozle. So y'all pimps who lying to the hoes, y'all can expect that y'all game ain't going nowhere further than what it look like today. Your pocket's gonna be dry, turned inside out like rabbit ears. Y'all, y'all ain't getting no increments, man. It ain't gonna be no increments because y'all not being real. You're not being real, bro. I mean, just, like I said, I'm not telling y'all what to do. Your game is your game. But if you don't play the game right, just accept it. You're going to get spanked. Just accept it. And when you get spanked, just accept it, because you knew you shouldn't have did what you did. And that's why you got spanked. So, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just here to let it be known that the game needs to be cleaned up. And I think that it could be better if everybody follow the rules and regulations. And I got one more other thing. This saying right here. Y'all always say, it's all I hear, the game is to be sold, not told. I'm going to say it again. Y'all always say, the game is to be sold, not told. Well, I have a problem with that. And I'm going to make my long story short. If the game is to be sold and not told, what the fuck is y'all selling? Excuse my language. But what is the fuck y'all selling? What is y'all selling? What game is y'all selling to these pimps for the game to be broken? Y'all saying the game is to be sold, but whatever y'all selling, the rules is broken. So what game is everybody following by? Oh, gorilla pimp on a bitch, set down a minor, sex trafficking. What? So how is this game sold and the game is jacked up? So what y'all selling to these young players, man? Whatever y'all selling to the young players, it fucked up the game. It fucked up the game. So I don't know how it's sold and the game is looking terrible. And then let's go with the told part, okay? Of course, you're gonna tell another player how you charging a player for enlightening him on the game. That's just like me telling you, Mark, okay, you wanna learn the game, you gotta pay me everything about the game. Come on, man. I could meet a player right now outside and be like, man, how can I be down like you? What you gonna do, man? Give me 500, 600, and I'll tell you how to get in. You're gonna give him the game anyway because you feel that you this pimp and someone want to knows about the game, so you're going to enlighten him that game for free. You ain't going to charge him. But whatever game y'all talking about is to be sold, I don't want to buy that game that's being sold. Because look at it right now. The game is jacked up. So the game y'all selling, y'all done bamboozled the pimps too. If you want to just keep it real. And then I got one more other thing I want to say too. We got to get this clear up too. When y'all hoes go out and y'all gonna choose up on another pimp, and then what y'all do is y'all hoes rob the next pimp. Y'all take his car, y'all take his coat, his keys, his clothes, his jewelry, and then you take it to the next pimp and pay him everything y'all done took from this pimp. And that's supposed to be choosing up fee from the car and the clothes and jackets that you just took from this pimp to take over here to choose up to this pimp. Well, let me bust y'all bubble real quick. Mr. Johnson gonna let y'all know a little something real quick, just in case y'all don't know, man. Check this out. Check this out, man. Anytime a bitch steals from another pimp, take his car, his clothes, and his coat, and take it to the next pimp, the bitch robbed him. That's not hoeing. That bitch robbed him. And then y'all pimps who accepting that shit from the bitch, y'all thinking that, okay, the bitch robbed him and brought me the car and stuff. Yeah, she paid her choosing fees, man. Yeah, the bitch chose up on me, man. Nah, man, check this out. That's not choosing, bro. She didn't choose you. She just outsmarted you. Let me tell you why. Because the pimp gonna call that pimp and be like, man, can I get my car back? Can I get my keys, man? Can I get my jacket and stuff back? And depending on what type of pimp you are, if you're a man first, you're gonna get a man back his shit. You're gonna get a man back his car. You can't do nothing with it because the bitch didn't give you the pink slip. So, bam, that's not choosing. Because you ain't got the pink slip. So I don't care if the bitch stole the car, you ain't got the pink slip. That's one. You got the jewelry and stuff. The man, you're gonna get a man back his stuff. So now, after all you give all this stuff back, you got the bitch, but you didn't get no choosing fee. Where's the choosing fee at? Because once you give everything back to that pimp, you got the bitch, and the bitch still didn't give you no money. So that's still technically, that's not your bitch. That's not your bitch. Now, if the bitch, once you gave all the shit back to the pimp, and if the bitch decided to go out and make some money, or if you send a bitch and she go out and make your choosing fees 25 to $3 grand, then you got choosing fees, then you can serve that pimp. But if the bitch then robbed another pimp and brung you the shit, and then you trying to serve this pimp off of the shit that she done stole, you can't serve this man because the bitch stole this shit to give to you, and you got to give it back to him. And you didn't get no choosing fees for the bitch, so you just still just got a wet piece of pussy that you just got from him. That's it. So this is what I mean by the game is screwed up. Y'all thinking you're doing something, but you're not doing nothing because these bitches is fooling you too. So everybody's getting bamboozled in this game. Everybody. And if you are, you deserve it. Because you didn't stand tall and do what you're supposed to do and follow the rules and regulations of this game. And those who don't follow the rules and regulations of the game get spanked. And you deserve it. I'm not wishing you no bad luck on you in the game. Stay down for your crown. You do all that. Do what you do. But don't get in the game and mess it up for everybody else, for those who's really out here doing it and trying to make it happen. Now, I'm not condoning sex trafficking. I'm going to tell you straight up. I'm not condoning sex trafficking. All I'm saying is handle your business as a man. Stop lying to these females. And if you're going to do that type of stuff, whatever, you're pimping and hoeing, at least be honest with the girls and handle your business as a man and take care of them ladies. They humans too. They sweat, tears, and heart out here just for you. They risking their lives from being kidnapped and killed just for you. So have some type of sympathy for the broad that's out here that's willing to go out here to do this for you, because she don't have to do it unless you make her. And now if you make her, you forcing her. And remember, the game is by choice, not by force. So anytime there's any forceful shit jumping off, you done violated the rules of the game. Stop violating the rules of the game and follow the rules of the game so the game could be a better place for everybody. Don't you agree, Mark?
I do. You make her life better, and that'll make your life better.
That's all. That's all. So all I'm asking to all the players, pimps, hustlers, whoever got their foot wet in this game, or if you're going to get your foot wet in this game, when you say you will stump down, be that stump down. Be a man, though. Be a man first. Take care of your women. Take care of your women. Be honest to them. Take care of them. Look out for them. You see they need something, look out. If she happens to be on your team and she's fucking with you, take a package to mom's. Go pay a light bill. Go pay a gas bill. Go pick up mom's medicine from the Rite Aid or something, or go get her some groceries or something. Wash mom's car. You know what I'm saying? Take a little time to be a man. Just because you do that don't mean you ain't no pimp. That don't mean you ain't no mag. You showing that you a man. You showing this lady that it's not just about pimping and whoring. It's about us as a team. Let the woman see her mama, her brother, her sister. Don't keep her away from the holidays. If you be nice to her, she gonna be nice to you. If you be nice to the broad gonna give you way more than what you expect because you're nice. And I know because I got 25 years of it. 25 years of it. And the only reason why you see me up here by myself and not with mine is because I chose it to be that way. She don't need to be sitting up here right now. Mine is good. I'm just talking about y'all.
She's sitting in the other room.
That part. And mine is good. So all I'm just saying is, you know, like Mark said, it ain't no coincidence. 25 years, I got to be doing something right. And what I'm doing right is what I'm explaining to y'all that y'all need to do. And like I said, what works in my kitchen may not work in yours.
But what you're doing is not bamboozling, brainwashing,
that part,
or trafficking.
That part. So, you know, just keep it real, man. You know, just keep it real. Let's try to straighten this game out. Let's get back where all the players could meet and greet again and laugh and stuff and get them honest trophies, them real trophies, not trophies that niggas got to pay for recognition. That's not how it go. You got to earn your way to the top of this game. Niggas want to pay for trophies. Buy a nigga a pair of gaiters for a trophy or a suit for a trophy. See, that's bullshit. All that shit is bullshit. Now, I ain't trying to expose the game, but I'm exposing this because of the fact of a lot of the players and pimps is not talking about this. They're just talking about the good side of the game. They're not talking about what's really going on. See, people are still being fooled. The game is fucked up right now. Excuse my language again. But the game is messed up like everything else. It's war and pimping. It's war and gangbanging. It's war in Iraq and Afghanistan. It's war everywhere. So we need to clean house and straighten it out. And the only way we can clean it is by just saying it like this. Either you're going to be down with the game or you're not. If you're going to play with it, get out of it. Because this game will cost you your life. It will cost you jail time. And it can cost a whole lot more other stuff. So if you know for sure, and only you know, if you know for sure this game ain't for you, please step aside and let the ones come in that's going to follow these rules and regulations come in and do what they supposed to do. It's a lot of women out here having it hard, man. And real men need to step up. Real men need to step up, man. Y'all need to step up to the plate. These ladies really looking for some guidance. There's women out here looking for guidance. And y'all ain't giving out the right, proper guidance. So if you can't give out the right, proper guidance to the females, to these hoes, leave it alone, man. Leave it alone. And let somebody come in like me, man, you know what I'm saying, Mr. Johnson the Mac, man, you know what I'm saying, and educate them the right way and show them a better way of things. where they can get an education, go back to school, and make some real money and have some instead of being out here on these blade for the next 10 to 15 to 20 years. So if you can't elevate a bitch, you need to step to the side and let someone that can come in and elevate her. Because it's a lot of...
make the game great again.
Huh?
And make the game great again.
And make the game great again. Because with all these suckers in here that's lying and bamboozling these bitches, and I'm really disappointed in a lot of the OG older pimps, you know what I'm saying? Some of the shit y'all been doing too, man. But hey, you know, that's you. If you feel that your bitch want to be a thief, hey, let her be a thief. But you not a pimp if you having your bitch to rob. Your bitch should not be robbing tricks. Because, let me tell you why. You send a bitch out the door. If they shit a track down all over the place, and you send your bitch out the door, where she gonna go? She can't fuck with her tricks because she done robbed them all. So y'all need to start thinking about that when y'all be having y'all hoes rob these tricks. When them hoes on the blade, man, they supposed to be getting phone numbers, man. So for rainy days and sick days and shit like that, a bitch could get on the phone and be like, hey, baby, what's going on? Hey, you want to see me tonight or something? Where she ain't got to be out here on this blade where it's real hot at. She could just make that call. So when y'all say, yeah, man, well, when I send a bitch out, she just go. Yeah, okay, but when you send that bitch out, where she gonna go? If she done robbed all her tricks. She ain't gonna go nowhere. So that's all I got to say to y'all, man. Anything you want to ask me, Mark, man, you know what I'm saying?
Mr. Johnson, thank you so much, man.
Okay, thank you so much. And I'm glad to be here, man, for sure.
Great time. Thank you.
Welcome to the infamous Fig, where the night comes alive in ways you ain't never seen before. This ain't just any street. Nah. This right here is a playground for the bold, the hustlers, the pimps, and the slickest con artists in the game. Women out here barely covered, turning heads with every step. They know the hustle. They know it well. There's no other place in the world like it. The best of the best work these streets, making moves when the sun goes down, when the real money starts flowing. What exchanges hands between a woman and her clients on Fig, well, it's more than most can ever dream of. Tonight, we're taking you deep into the life of a 304, showing you the world through the eyes of those who live and breathe this hustle. Buckle the fuck up, and let us take you on a journey you won't never forget. Welcome to Fig.